Welcome to our executive interview series at the Elastic Public Sector Summit presented by FedScoop. I'm Wyatt Cash, and I'm here with Jennifer Nowell, Area Vice President of Sales for Federal Civilian at Elastic. Jennifer, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Wyatt.
I'd like to start by asking, given the exponential growth of AI in recent months, how will that help public sector cybersecurity leaders more effectively identify anomalies across their IT ecosystems and bolster their cyber defense posture?
Great question. I think with just this whole idea of Gen AI and people wanting to use it, it really is focused on helping people not have to do all the manual tasks that we once had to do, right? These massive amounts of data coming in from security logs and different sensors, those piling up, and really a lot of those are things that we see all the time. Being able to kind of parse those out and allow those to be handled through some kind of augmentation, I think is really helping people focus on the things that we need to worry about, the things where we need to take action. So I really see that that's the future. What we're learning is that it's not as precise as we want, right? It's a predictive model. And so we also still need to have that human element in a lot of those decisions that we're making. So hopefully that helps.
And then, as you know, NIST recently released the version 2.0 of the landmark cybersecurity framework, which is aimed at helping all types of organizations reduce their cybersecurity risks. But how can government agencies best utilize this framework to improve their cybersecurity? And also, how can Surge AI and observability aid in implementation of that framework?
I think it's interesting. Gosh, it's been maybe 10 years since I think they released the first cybersecurity framework that was very much focused on critical infrastructure, and we desperately needed that at that time. But today, this new version is really for everyone, and I think it's really important from the small mom and pops, right, to the largest organizations in the world. We look at security as everyone's problem. There isn't one area where an adversary would avoid. They want to look at everything, and so I think this framework really helps people start to put those rules and instruments in place. I still continually go back to the zero trust and how it aligns with zero trust, but this is allowing people to have playbooks and implementation guides, and they really have put a lot of thought and energy into this new version that I think is going to help, again, the small providers all the way up to the largest organizations. And I think when we see these new innovations, again, we go back to just massive amounts of data and putting a zero trust architecture in place that allows them to figure out what are all the things that they need to focus on to be able to remediate quickly and deal with those threats. This framework is definitely going to help that.
Absolutely. Well, Jennifer Nowell, thank you so much for taking a few minutes to join us here at the Elastic Public Sector Summit.
Thank you.